Every time you buy a coffee, fill up your car, receive your paycheck, or invest your savings, taxes quietly enter the transaction. Most people think taxes simply take money out of their pockets. But what if I told you the real purpose of many taxes isn't just to collect money? Sometimes taxes are designed to change what you buy, where businesses invest, how much people save, and even how entire industries grow or disappear. Taxes don't just move money, they move human behavior. And today, we're going inside exactly how that works. When people hear the word tax, they usually imagine governments collecting money to pay for roads, schools, hospitals, and national defense. That's true, but it's only half the story. Behind every tax is an economic incentive. An incentive is simply something that encourages people to behave in a certain way. The hidden economics of taxes isn't about the money collected. It's about the decisions people make because the tax exists. Imagine two products sitting on a shelf. One suddenly becomes more expensive because of a tax. Nothing about the product changed, but customers start buying less of it. Businesses produce less. Factories hire fewer workers. Suppliers receive fewer orders. One small tax quietly changes an entire supply chain. That's the invisible power of taxation. If you're enjoying this breakdown, consider subscribing because every week we go inside the financial systems that shape your everyday life. And here's a question to think about. If governments can influence behavior with taxes, can taxes sometimes make society better instead of simply collecting revenue? We'll answer that shortly. Taxes work by changing prices. When something becomes more expensive, demand often falls. Economists call this price elasticity, which simply means how much buying behavior changes when prices change. Some products, like cigarettes or alcohol, are intentionally taxed more heavily because governments hope people will consume less. Others, like retirement savings or renewable energy, often receive tax benefits to encourage more investment. The tax itself becomes a signal. Instead of forcing people to act differently, it changes the financial reward for different choices. Think of every purchase as a chain reaction. Customer pays a higher price. Part of that payment goes to the government. The business may sell fewer products. To stay profitable, it might reduce production or improve efficiency. Suppliers adjust their own orders. Investors reconsider where to place their money. Workers may experience changes in hiring or wages. One tax doesn't stop with one person. It spreads through the economy like ripples across water. This is why economists rarely study taxes in isolation. They study how people respond. There are many different kinds of taxes. Income taxes affect how much people earn after work. Sales taxes influence spending decisions. Corporate taxes affect business investment. Property taxes shape housing markets. Capital gains taxes influence investment timing. Each targets a different part of the economy. Surprisingly, countries with similar tax rates can produce very different economic outcomes. The reason isn't always the amount collected. It's how the tax system changes incentives. Here's something many people never realize. Tax deductions are actually government incentives hidden inside the tax code. Instead of writing a check directly to encourage certain behavior, governments reduce taxes for people who make preferred choices. Another surprising fact: many economists believe people often react more strongly to tax changes than to direct government instructions. Why? Because financial incentives quietly influence millions of individual decisions every single day. Taxes are powerful, but they're never perfect. If taxes become too high, businesses may invest less, consumers may reduce spending, some people may even look for legal ways to avoid taxes altogether. On the other hand, taxes that are too low may leave governments unable to fund essential public services. Finding the right balance is one of the hardest challenges in economics. Taxes have existed for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations taxed crops, livestock, and trade goods long before modern income taxes existed. Today, governments are adapting to entirely new challenges. Digital businesses operate across borders. Cryptocurrencies create new reporting questions. Carbon taxes attempt to reduce pollution by making environmentally harmful activities more expensive. The purpose of taxation continues to evolve alongside the economy itself. So, are taxes simply money collected by governments? Not quite. They're one of the most powerful economic tools ever created. They shape prices, influence choices, guide investment, reward some behaviors while discouraging others. The next time you notice a tax on your paycheck or receipt, remember, you're not just seeing money leave your wallet. You're witnessing an economic signal designed to shape millions of decisions across an entire society. If you learned something new today, like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who thinks taxes are only about government revenue, because understanding money begins with understanding the invisible systems behind it.